Hi, channel. It's your girl Chocolate Beauty. I know it's been a while, but we're going to be getting into this latest episode of Chasing Realities, Chasing LA. We're going to be talking about it because it was a mixture of General Hospital slash Love and Hip Hop slash Gone with the Wind slash I don't know, thriller. It was just a whole bunch of stuff going on, okay? So we're just going to get into it and talk about it. Let's talk about the main event, Jeremy and D. Hawkins. First of all, I said it in my last review that I didn't understand why Jeremy was always the first person on the credit because he has been seen the least. I haven't seen him that much. The first 5 episodes he was barely there, so I don't understand why he's in the opening credits. But I think that whatever is going on in between him and D. Hawkins is going to be the reason why he's going to be the person that's going to be stays on as the first person as the star of the show. But Jeremy, that whole scene with Jeremy and D. Hawkins and with whatever relationship they had going on was just so confusing because Jeremy was turned all the way up, and I just felt like he was just on 10, really didn't understand his perspective, didn't understand why, what was going on, what was the motive behind it, because it didn't make any sense. It didn't add up to the scene, why he felt the need to clear his name. But you find out later that D. Hawkins had a plan to use it against him, to use whatever the information they were talking about against him and just really try to use it as a plot line. But Jeremy, I guess, got to it first. But the way that he went off on D. Hawkins was just like so random. And before he even admitted that they had a relationship, I knew automatically. Hello to all of you that's in here. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Macy Smith. So automatically, the first thing that came out my mouth, I'm like, yo, they had a relationship and he's hurt. Jeremy comes across like he is somebody that is hurt by the relationship. Something had happened. He had more feelings for the person that and I mean, it shows. So when Jeremy was talking about his relationships with D. Hawkins just was looking at him in utter confusion. And I guess it kind of like you find out later that D. Hawkins was played in a situation. But the way that Jeremy went from 0 to 100 to 1,000, then 5 million, it was like weird. He slammed on the table, got up, and then D. Hawkins lost his cool. And I mean, they spent a whole bunch of time on that scene. I felt like it was too long, drawn out. The fight was too long and carrying on, but D. Hawkins was ready for it. He was waiting for him. Okay, D. Hawkins was not scared. As a matter of fact, if he was about to get busy, he was about to get busy with Jeremy. At the end of the day, I felt like Jeremy just used it as an opportunity to get back at him. I didn't feel like it made any sense. Maybe it makes sense. It makes sense to me now that he is using this whatever happened between him and D. Hawkins as a storyline, which is understandable because he had none. At least with D. Hawkins, you seen that he was working and he had all these different things going on. But at the same time, you know that Jeremy is working there all the time. So anyway, that whole situation was like drawn out and too long. Andre and Fran. I'm gonna put y'all in the same category because Andre and Fran are friends, okay? A Fran would defend Andre. The problem is, Fran, when it came to you aligning yourself with somebody on the show, with you having some type of alliance with anybody, you chose the person that the fans doesn't like. Okay, no problem, no problem. No problem. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Thank you to all of you that's in here. But the problem is, Fran, you chose somebody that number one that most people don't like because he's always, calling the group of people by the B word, and then the fans don't like him. So you decided to pick the side of somebody that nobody seems to like. Now, I do like the way that Andre dressed. I just think that he has a horrible attitude. Coming from. I don't know. I don't know, like if there's a underlying issue on why you're so upset, but what was so crazy is when you was having a conversation with Alicia and you was trying to explain to her why you were so mad and why, using certain pronouns had you gotten your feelings. You did a better job in your confessional. Hello. Hi. Okay, no problem. You did a better job in your confessional talking about, you did a better job in your confessional explaining how the way that you felt. I understood exactly how the way that you felt, but the way that you were talking at the party did not. It would have been a lot easier. And when you were talking to Alicia and she was just trying to explain why, she had the issue, you have this thing of calling anybody that is of the trans experience a man. Now, my thing is this. If you want to be identified as something, the first thing that you shouldn't go to is that punchline. That is like the most tired, delayed, and through punchline that you can describe a person, okay? If you want to talk about something, let's use something that's not something that's original, something that is not that's been used by people to demean or up with something original. Okay, you're coming up and calling people names that is used, but you're so caught up in the conversation of not being misgendered. You're so worried about being called they and them, but you don't want to tell you that what they, the reason why they say what they said is what how they understand that they are incorrect. Why couldn't you just walk away with the conversation, using the opportunity to turn up like your friend Andre, who, can you guys see me? Okay, it was saying that my internet was unstable. I hope I didn't lose anybody. But anyway, I'm gonna keep on going. I'll just refilm it if anything else. And this is the reason why I need to get to 1,000 people, so I won't have to use a third party for this type of live. Okay, I froze. Okay, I'm not frozen anymore, right? I'm just assuming that I'm not frozen anymore. Okay, so like, friend, like I felt like your anger was displaced. I felt like you just wanted to fight. I just didn't understand why you were so angry in that moment. I just felt like you just was whatever. So when it went back to Jeremy and D Hawkins arguing, and Alicia asserted herself in the conversation, but so did Andre. Andre was telling her that she needs to be quiet and allow them to speak. Her and Andre start going back and forth. She picks up the drink, throws it in his face. He goes on the rampage and attacks her. Now, I can understand if Andre felt the need to get into an altercation with Alicia, which I think is still wrong. I still think it's wrong. But Fran, why did you pick up the chair to throw it at Alicia? The fight had nothing to do with you. Why are you going to jump somebody? And to be quite frank, it was like an overreaction. I mean, at the end of the day, throwing a drink on somebody is assault, regardless of the way that you look at it, Julia. You shouldn't have been throwing nothing at nobody. Once that drink went from your cup into the air and hit and touched somebody, that is assault. Okay, so they have the right to defend themselves. But I felt like it was just an overreaction. And then, friend, you calling people man. It's like, weren't you just the person that was amped up that somebody was mispronouncing your pronouns? Okay, thank you, Scotty. Wasn't you the same one that was like acting up and acting all crazy when somebody was saying, oh, they misgendered you? Like, come on. Like, you can't be saying one side of your face, okay, well, I feel this way and I need you to respect me, but you don't show that same respect to somebody else. Child miss me, babu. I can't. Okay, Alicia, girl, I don't even know why you inserted yourself in the argument. I kind of just felt like you should have just been quiet, but I think that you had a little bit too much to drink. I don't know what happened with that. So when Alicia was getting attacked, because I mean, technically, I don't think that Fran was able to get to her, but the fact that she was in the process of being attacked by two people, people were coming at Alicia. They were attacking Julia. When Julia threw the drink, you gotta forgive me, I mix them up all the time. But when Julia had threw the drink and Andre and Fran they went crazy. And a lot of people in the chat, I was watching a live video. A lot of people in the chat said that she froze. She just sat there and did something. Well, have you ever been the victim of a heinous crime? You got to understand. If you're in your situation where you've been jumped, you don't necessarily go into that whole fight and flight. You may go into flight. And I mean, I understood where Alicia was coming from because she may have froze. Nobody was giving her a break like, oh, you just stood there and let her get beat. Oh, you just sat there and let her get jumped. Well, if you're a victim of violence, which she is a victim of violence, she was jumped by 7 men. It could have instantly froze her. You don't know what was going on in her mind at that time. So I was like annoyed that people was just like, she should have done more. She should have done more. And then, I mean, Julia in the confession was like, okay, well, I was the one that was jumped. So, okay, Julia, but you didn't even know that you got jumped. Did y'all pay attention to that? Did y'all pay attention to that? Did y'all catch that tea? She did not know that Fran was trying to include himself in the fight. It was Alicia that told her that she got jumped. So she didn't even see Fran. Catch that tea. So anyway, I understand what you're saying, Julia. You're the one that actually got jumped and you're the one that actually went through it. But she was somebody who was traumatized by it and it could have easily triggered her. To just freeze and bring back horrible memories. No, it wasn't about her in that moment. No, I don't think that she was necessarily wrong. But that's how the way I feel about that. So, Quan. Oh, I forgot about King Fly. King Fly was trying to make the whole situation better at the fight, but he just could not calm anybody down because it was like the thing that's so draining about this cast. They're like the dysfunctional family that when they get together, they always end up in a fight. It doesn't matter how good the intentions is. When you bring the people together, they're always going to end in a fight. So that's how I feel about the LA cast. They're a family that's always going to end in a rumble, regardless of what type of atmosphere it is. So, I just kind of feel that way. And I was so drained by the first segment. I had a headache. I don't know about y'all, but I had a headache. So anyway, Quan, King Fly, and Jeremy meet up, and King Pain, Quan, and Jeremy meet up. King Pain and Quan left the party after Andre told them to get out. So Jeremy explains what happens and why he went off on Jeremy, on D. Hawkins. And come to find out, Quan was the one that actually spilled the tea between what D. Hawkins was allegedly going to do with spilling this tea about Jeremy, and Jeremy was beating him to the punch. So it was kind of like he was playing devil's advocate, but he was doing the same thing that we know of this person on Chasing, the other Chasing show that is known to talk to everybody, but don't even realize. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Okay. I'm talking about the retreat. That one person on the retreat. That situation remind me of that because Quan was talking to D. Hawkins, and D. Hawkins didn't even know that Quan was very good friends with Jeremy, and he has a stronger relationship with Jeremy, so he told him. Quan was willing to risk his relationship with D. Hawkins more than he was willing to risk his relationship with Jeremy. So he told his friend and he told King Fly what was going on. And King Fly had made a statement like he heard about it too. There's some things about Jeremy having a sex tape that nobody knew about that D. Hawkins was supposed to expose about him during that time. So, he was letting it all out before D. Hawkins could tell his business. And it's kind of like, I don't know, Jeremy doesn't give me sex tape vibes, but if he did a sex tape, I mean, that's on him. I'm not the one that did it. He's the one that did it. So that's on him. Let me move this over here. So, King Pain was saying that he tried to be Fran's friend, but Fran is so far up Andre's behind that he can't be friends. And I agree. Fran is going to be loyal to the end to Andre. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's a true friend. But if you're going to have relationships with people, you just have to find common ground. You have to be in a place where, okay, well, this is my friend. I'm going to defend my friend. But at the same time, I could be friendly and cordial with everybody. And it seems like Fran just is not interested in being cordial with anybody. Okay, so the star of the show, my favorite, the fans' favorite, Hershey. I mean, point blank, period. I would say every episode, every review I do, Hershey is the star of the show, period. In the story, we don't even have to put it up for debate because it's not, period. Hershey is so transparent. She let you into her life. She told you what she was going through. She told you about like her status. She told us about about being working and how she had to find different ways to find income. And I thought it was cool how the people feel. Todrick is still somebody that is very, very successful in the industry. Despite the lawsuits, despite the alleged things that he has done, he's still making money, okay, at the end of the day. And he's somebody that has relevance. And I thought it was cool that Jeremy gave Hershey the opportunity to meet Todrick. Because, I mean, I feel like Hershey can be on Todrick's level. I believe that she can even surpass Todrick. To be honest, I mean, she's very talented. So I love Hershey, and I love the fact that I go in between he and she. I'm sorry. It's just I'm sorry if I doing pronouns. I'm sorry, but Hershey's about. I love the positivity behind what she is doing. I love Hershey. I think that she just needs her own show, and that's Chasing Reality. Give Hershey her own show, period. She don't need to be around all of this chaos. We need to see her. She's a star, period. Let me be honest with you. So when Hershey showed up to Jeremy's house, the first thing that came to my mind was, this is a house that they're doing a show for. Yeah, I do lives, but I do it on another platform and it sucks. It sucks. But yeah, I do live shows because it's easier than just editing videos. But yeah, I'm going to be doing, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. The Real Hot Boys. Thank you. Thank you to all of you that's in here. Thank you, Scotty by Nature. I don't know if you're still here, but thank you for being here. All of you. I appreciate you. But when we went to Jeremy's house, I'm like, that is a film house. That can't be his house. I mean, it can be his house. Let me not be not it's like, this is for a film, for a show or something. That's what went into the home. And it was so funny when Hershey was his you're on this platform, and I'm sorry, I'm in this house and I don't want to touch anything. But that was the first thing that came to my mind when we am I still frozen, y'all? Never fails. But that's what I thought about Hershey. I really hate this. I need to get to 1,000. This would be so much easier if I had 1,000 followers on here. But yeah, then the episode ends. We see next week. There's a whole bunch of other drama. I just feel like Chasing LA is disappointing with all of the bickering. We already know that reality television is going to give you reality. Reality TV just is going to it's going to give you everything with fighting and arguing, and that's what keeps the people in. But we're living in a day and time where people want to see people creative ideas. We don't want to fighting. I don't know. I'm tired of it. I'm really disappointed. I thought the way that Q presents himself, that he would present packed to what he would bring into is as a producer and a creator of this show. I thought it would be more interesting. It is LA. LA has, everybody has, ratchetness about it, but I thought that it would be bouge ghetto. And it's just, I don't know, the only ambiance I see is Hershey. Alicia is beautiful. Her photo shoot was bomb. It was bomb. I loved her photo shoot. I think that she is beautiful. But as far as like a star and like the whole package, Hershey is it. Period. That I did on Chasing Reality show, Chasing LA. I will be doing another live video, but it will be talking about mental health awareness. I did a panel with Scotty by Nature TV talking about different things that happens in the community. What as far as what happens in the Black community and acceptance. And I was talking from a perspective as an immigrant, dealing with mental health and how I had to get help, and how it was a struggle for me to find find my way to getting help for my situation. So I'm going to be doing a video talking about my story. I'm scared because I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to hurt my family. Don't want to hurt nobody. But it's my story and it's my truth. And at the end of the day, I told a lot of it on Scotty by Nature's TV's interview. So thank you for watching. Anyway, hopefully I will see you soon. Bye.